And we are recording. Hey, what's up? This is Sam Walker from ThinkParticle.com. I just wanted to show you this cool little espresso rig I made. Actually, I'm going to do a kind of advanced breakdown tutorial, so deal of how I made it. So, anyways, here we go. This is the Displaced Sphere. It is just like a normal sphere. It's an icosahedron. Just like a normal sphere can be, not necessarily always is. It starts with a radius of 100, starts with 24 segments. Let's delete this and save it, and then let's show you. Under the options, we have some interesting things here. Now you can see there's an espresso tag, and there's a texture tag, and then I have a layer hiding certain content underneath to keep it mysterious and cool, I guess. But anyways, let's crank the resolution up on this, scale it up or down a bit, show you the scale right there. And that is accurate to scaling a regular sphere, by the way. Then we can add some craziness. So let's add some craziness. It gets pretty crazy, and you can over crank that. Yes, up to 1000. And if you really want to crank it higher than that, all you have to do is go under manage data, and under craziness we could like just set it right there. So now you can just really crank it as high as you want. Maybe you don't want to go that high, but you can. Let's go back down. Okay.
It's 12 o'clock.
Thank you, MacBook. Okay. So if you want to go to something like, say, 250 and scale it up, it changes because it's got a 3D texture applied to it that causes it to deform this way. And the best part is it updates live. It's not in the material. It's on the actual geometry. So that causes it to update live in your view, right? Set it to 500. This is one of my favorite ones, when it just kind of explodes and it gets really turbulent and crazy and starts really small, kind of just immediately puffs up into this soft shape, and it starts to get a little crazy, and then you can go in and get really crazy by adding an animation speed and just let it have its way with it. See right there? That's interesting. And then you can change the seed. Ooh, what was that? Wow. How interesting. Let's brush forward to where it was right there. Okay. And then we have just the sphere in the scene. You can add a light if you want. Right now it just has the default render settings. And I've added kind of a reflective, soft specularity. I've added reflection. It has Fresnel. It has this bump map on it. And basically you can just have fun with it. It'll speed up your MoGraph videos a lot. If you want to make something with these, animating, and there we go. It doesn't animate now because I turned off the animation. You can turn the craziness off or way up, or just turn the craziness all the way up, and then we just have some like weird abstract geometry that can be placed in the scene as artwork or scenery. We can create another one and change the seed, create another. All I have to do is change the seed, move it, move the other one, move it back that way, move in right here, and do what you want. Create kind of weird rock geometry out of it. And these aren't really rock shapes, but you can do what you want. Add rock textures, make it look like some weird space rock. I mean, really the possibilities are just whatever you can creatively come up with. So let's go back in, and I think I moved the sphere. I'm going to add a protection tag to it. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. And layer, hide content, like that. There we go. And then view Set it to parallel and set it to perspective. There we go. Okay, so let's put this back at the default. Okay. So we have this displaced sphere, right? Well, how did we make it? That's the interesting part. And this is all we did right here. This is the entire espresso tree. So let's zoom 100. Let's just make sure all the contents align to the grid. Show all. Optimize. No overlapping. Keep it nice and clean. Easy to read. Right there. And you can tell what everything does. So anyways, let's go in and just kind of recreate this. So now that we have this saved, let's make a new scene. By the way, this layout is available on thinkparticle.com. It contains all the dynamic settings and special plugins. Like this one's a special plugin. This is Think Particles. This is all native to Cinema right here. Drop to floor, very useful. I really don't have any other plugins in here right now. That's not true. I think I have somewhere I have the X breaker script in here, I think. But that's besides the point. Anyways, just getting to the point. We grab a sphere and we make an icosahedron. And then we select the sphere, hold Shift, and grab a displacer so it pops it underneath. You can hold Option to take your selection and make it a child of something. So if we wanted to make a hypernibs, you can hold Option and it'll become a child of the new selection. But if you hold Shift, it will be placed underneath the current object. So anyways, you have our displacer, and let's add a noise shader. Let's make it a turbulence. Make it whatever you'd like, but that's my preference right there. And let's set it to like 500 right now. Okay. Let's turn the display settings on 50, and let's turn this to say 124. Okay, and then go back in here and add some contrast. More contrast. Ooh, not that much contrast. Okay, so like, say 30%. And then we can go in and take the object and just crank that strength up. Crank that strength up too. You know, really just whatever you'd like. So let's set that to 20. Let's set that to 100. And really, actually, that's kind of all we need. So let's select the sphere and hit Option G. Let's call it Displaced Sphere. Let's click on the sphere down below. Add a protection tag. And we're going to add an xpresso tag to the Displaced Sphere null. We're going to add the sphere and the displacer and the null object just like so. Click on the null object and manage user data. I'm going to copy the data from the old one, but I'll tell you what it all means. So let's select all of this, copy user data interface, very useful by the way. And we're going to right click, manage, actually, just paste it right like that. Add a group, pull it out, name it options, or whatever you would like to name it. I usually name it options and place it under the options tab now. That way, I don't like having the user data tab, it just doesn't seem as clean and professional. I like having a tab that says options, so let's have craziness at 0, animation speed at 0, resolution at 3, and let's actually set that to the default. And scale at 100. And then we're going to add all of this. So let's start with scale. Let's then go to resolution, then craziness, animation speed, and seed. Command double click on this to make sure it's properly. Can't think today. Properly scaled out so you can see everything. Let's go in and set the resolution to be segments, but we're going to actually want to add a new node under calculate, range mapper, and let's see, if we want, say, 0 to 1 to be 0 to 12, I think that's what I had in the other one, it's either that or 6, then we want another new expresso node under calculate range mapper. Let's move you up there, let's move you back here, let's add craziness right here, move that right there. We're going to change the position of these two just so we can keep it clean. So craziness is going to drive a few things on this displacer. It will drive the strength, it will drive the height, and then there's one more thing that you might have seen. We have 3 on this side, and the third thing happens to be this noise shader. And now we can just take these two, add them to a new layer. The purple layer can be called hidden options, or just hidden. And then all we have to do is just click right there. And they're gone. Move our displaced sphere, and we will start to control it. Alright, under here we want to control, see, animation speed. We want to have control over the global scale. We want to have control over the seed. I don't think I did contrast. Here's something I didn't do last time. Let's have the scale also drive the octaves. We will need a range mapper for that one. Let's see, if the scale is a percentage, (0 to 100). Scale is actually millimeters, so or centimeters. So let's set it to user defined. 0 to, say, 1,000. Let's set 0 to 10. So, or 0 to 4. No, 8. And that should be safe. So it doesn't get too intense. We want global scale to be controlled by craziness. We want the seed to be controlled by the seed. The animation speed to be controlled by the animation speed. And what else shall we control? Let's see our sphere first. Let's add some craziness. Okay, that range mapping is not properly working right yet. So let's see, global scale needs to be 1 to, let's try 10. No, that was the wrong one. Whoops. Alright, let's go look at the other sphere. I actually have yet to memorize those settings, so this one goes into the global scale. It's 0 to 100 and then 50 to 400. So let's take that data and use it in our new one. 0 to 100 goes from 50 to 400. I think that's a good one, by the way. And then let's see what we did for the rest. We had it map into the height. 0 to 100 is 0 to 25, and the rest is just 0 to 100. Alright, 0 to 100. Where's that for this height? This is the wrong one. We need to find whatever plugs into the strength. So that needs to be percent, and then we need to have the height 0 to 100, and then 0 to 25. Alright, that should work better now. What is up? It may be our octaves, so let's cancel out the octaves. It seems that's okay, yeah. I had too many. Okay, so now we have it all connected, right? Let's see how that's working. Let's go into the layer, show it. Under display here, let's make sure our global scale is not, yeah, well it is, so maybe 500. Oh, nope, it's controlled still. Global scale. Okay, that can't be right. How did we control our global scale? Is it set to percentages? By the way, this is just how things work. It's not percents. Trial and error, guys. That's how I made it the first time. Whoop, saving it. We're not going to save. There we go. Whoa. Huh. Okay. Anyways. So I think resolution's just fine. Let's check it real quick. So we have our scale controlled properly. Let's turn craziness off. Scale is set. Okay. Resolution appropriately set. Craziness, it's working. Animation, it's working. Craziness isn't working properly though. Seed works. So the only thing we need to do is work on the craziness. So let's copy this and bring it into here. We will copy the texture and just place it on. And let's move it to the side, 500, and turn the craziness up. And look at the settings. Why does it work this way? 0 to, okay. Oh, it's percent to real numbers, so. So as you can see now that we've got that, we've got our sphere. It's displaced properly. It's gone a little crazy. Let's add some resolution. By the way, you can overdrive the resolution to, oh yeah, so that's 0. Okay, that was close. We almost just had a meltdown. Resolution multiplier just went into 300s. Don't play with fire like that. It will crash your system. I don't think my computer could handle that many polys. Let's see how many it has right now. Do pay attention to the quantity of polys, because right now this single sphere has that many triangles. It has 35 quads, which means it's got a lot of craziness. Where are the quads coming from, I wonder? But anyways, there we go. Back to options, turn the statistics off. We're going to go and hide this layer. We're going to change hidden content. Now just delete it, and we will just delete this material. And we have our displaced sphere, which we can get really crazy with. Let's set the settings to like 500 and just kind of blow it up. Okay. Let's start slow, make it big. There, it gets big. Let's crank the resolution. Let's change this to I think it's a little different now, but this is kind of what I made, and you can tweak it to match your settings. And if you want, also, you can go in, and you can copy this. You can't copy this user data interface, I guess, but you can consider copying it and then find out it doesn't copy. And then think of how unnice it's playing. Max on. But anyways, you can change the turbulence type, or the noise type. You can set it to VL noise to get kind of a smoother effect. You can just keep animation off and just have it scale up, and it's just going to go crazy on you like that. And just turn the settings up and have it just right like that. Okay. Turn the resolution up, drop it under hyper nerves. That does nothing. Oh, it does. Can't see that. Okay. And then you have insane resolution going on right there. But there's your options. That's how you make that. Pretty cool little nifty toy to play with. It's, oh no, F is timeline. Let's hit O to focus on the object. Okay. Ooh. C. Okay. There we go. So you can animate every one of these. So we used some simple espresso to make some cool little toy. That's really just kind of all we did. It was fun. And I hope you guys learned from it and are going to go do other cool things with it. Like I attempted to make a metasphere. Let me change this real quick. And when you hit render, basically what this is an unfinished version of what I was just creating for the Displaced Sphere, but I was using metaballs because that's also popular when you're using those little abstract motion graphics videos. Anyways, you can do a lot of different things. You can use random effectors and primitive objects. You don't even have to convert them to poly, and you can use stuff like the metaball and use cloners and spheres and more spheres and lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. Anyways, that's really what all I did to create this nifty little toy. And I would make it available for download, but I just did a tutorial on it, so I figure I'll just let you do it. And if you can't figure it out, feel free to ask questions or just watch the video of it. And I'm always here to help out, so if you have any requests for other things, let me know. And we'll keep this Cinema 4D community thriving. So, anyways, make cool things with it. That's all I ask. And thanks for watching. I'm Sam, and I will catch you next time.